Hey guys, today I am here with a little bit of a Looxi beauty haul. I've never ordered anything from Looxi Beauty. They were having this huge like half off pretty much everything sale, and they specialize in highlighters and eyeshadows. So I ordered a couple of both of those. So I figured I would unbox some for you, and I would unbox them for you, do some swatches, and maybe try some on my face as well. So that is why I'm not wearing any eye makeup or a highlight today, because I ordered some eyeshadows and some highlighters. So I'm not sure what is in which box. I got two boxes here. Let's see what's in this first packaging here. So Looxi Beauty, it's just kind of one of those brands that isn't in stores. It's only available online, and I am pretty excited to try like an off-label brand that got popular. I'm pretty sure mostly off of Instagram. It comes packaged quite nicely. So these are the highlighters. They do sell these highlighters in like compacts, but they cost considerably more money, and I have a couple of Z palettes, so I strictly got them in the individual like magnetic pans. They're larger than your typical eyeshadow. Obviously, they're highlighters. I ordered 5 highlighters. 3 of them were on sale for $6 in the pans, and 2 of them were $3.75. So that was half off for those. I think the newer, like super popular ones were like 30 or 40% off, and those were the $6 ones. And then the other ones were 50% off, and those are the ones that are $3.75. So not everything is priced the same. It just depends on how new it is, how popular it is. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, but shipping was really fast. I'm excited to try these for you. So this one right here is the shade Flossy. It looks like a really pretty silver highlight, so I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it, and it's kind of like a bronzy silver shade. And holy cannolis, that's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna kind of shear it out a little bit on my hand so you can kind of get an idea. Whoa! I feel like if I put this on my face, I would look like a tan Tin Man. That is the best description I could make of this color. The next shade I got is called Celestial, and this looks kind of like a white highlight. You know, it's very snowy and sparkly looking, and we'll see how this one swatches. So this one isn't quite as intense as Flossy was, but it is still very pretty. I think that this would be a much more wearable highlight, especially if you don't like it quite as intense. It does look like it's an intense highlight, don't get me wrong, but it's not insane like Flossy was. And I think that this would look really nice on really pale skinned girls, and I'm very fair, so I could definitely rock Celestial. It doesn't quite have the punch that Flossy had though. Flossy is insane. This one looks really interesting. It looks a little bit kind of like it's blue. So this one is the shade Luna, and it does look blue. So this one should be interesting. I don't have any shades quite like this in my highlight collection. This one's not quite as buttery as the other ones were. Flossy was so buttery and so smooth. This one is not quite as smooth, so not quite as much comes off on your finger when you put your hand through it, but it does still give a really nice highlight, and it is blue. I don't know if it's gonna pick up on camera, but it is definitely a blue highlight, which might be cool to do like a fun themed tutorial with. I don't know. This isn't like a kind of shade that I would rock every day. This was one of the ones that was $3.75, so I think that I like threw it in my cart just for fun to see what it would look like, because I don't have anything like that. This next one looks like a really pretty pink. This one is called Debutante. Let's see how this one swatches. It is a really pretty frosty pink. This does look very wearable. This would actually probably work really nicely as either a highlight or a blush topper. and it shears out really nicely. So it's not really intense. It doesn't look like a streak of pink on my hand. So this one is definitely wearable, and I think that it'll look really pretty when I go for like a really pink look. And the last highlight that I got is the one that I'm most excited about. And this is one of their new highlights that's kind of supposed to be a dupe for the Pat McGrath gold highlight. This one is called Stiletto. And I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but it's kind of like a white gold highlight. So it's white with a lot of yellow in it. At least that's how it comes across me looking into the pan. And this one is a lot more pigmented than the last three. Like Flossy and this one are super insanely pigmented. That is just one quick little swipe, and then I will shear it out. It looks like a really pretty yellow gold, and it shears out really, really nicely. So obviously I'm going to try the one on my face that I'm most excited about, and that would be Flossy. Like, this is so insanely gorgeous, and this is part of the hashtag Squad Goals collection. I'm gonna take my trusty Morphe M501 brush, and I'm gonna like pat it in there and just stick this on my cheeks. There's a lot more glittery on the cheeks than I anticipated. I think I'm actually gonna try to like put this on with my fingers and then like shear it out, and maybe it won't look so glittery. Typically I don't apply my highlight with my fingers. On the face, it looks like glitter. It doesn't come across quite as buttery and as smooth as it did on my hand. It looks more glittery. So I'll zoom you in so you can kind of see. It's intense, do not get me wrong, but instead of being like smooth, it just looks like it's got a lot of glitter in it. But we've gone too far, so I've got to put it on my other cheek. And for my nose, I think I'm gonna try Celestial because it doesn't look glittery at all. I'm not really sure how I feel about the Looxi Beauty highlighters yet. I definitely need to play with them some more. The Flossy one is a little bit glittery for my personal taste, but it does still look really pretty on the cheeks, and Celestial is also really nice, but I think that I need to play with them more. As of right now, I like my NYX Strobe of Genius highlighting palette more than these, and that's like an $18.99 palette that you can get a ton of colors in, and I just like the texture of those better so far. There's still 3 of them that I haven't tried yet, but they're not quite what I expected. Like when I watch the Instagram videos, like the highlights look insane and buttery. Some of them are more buttery than others, but I didn't expect it to be quite so glittery. It's kind of a bummer, but I'm gonna play around with them more, and I'll get back to you on whether or not I recommend them personally or not. As for eyeshadows, I got 7 eyeshadows. They were all half off and were $2.50 each, and I will go through each of them individually. I have to say that I really like the way that they do their packaging, their pans, because it has nice and large the name of the shades on the back, which is really good if you're doing tutorials or just so you don't forget the name of the shade that you like, so you can reorder it. And I do really like that about them. A lot of brands don't do that. The first shade I got was the shade Static, and it looks to be kind of a really pretty coppery gold. It does feel nice and buttery, and that swatched really, really nicely. Like, that is gorgeous. That is so insane. I think I'm gonna like their eyeshadows a lot more than I liked their highlighters. The next shade that I got is called Georgia on My Mind, and it actually looks pretty similar to Static. It just looks like maybe it's a little bit more pink. These shadows are very, very soft. They do have a lot of fallout, so they probably aren't the best for traveling. And this one is definitely less copper and more just of a light pinky gold, but there's less copper in it. So I'll swatch them side by side. So as you can see, this one is Georgia on My Mind and this one is Static. So the next shade is called Nirvana, and it looks like a really pretty kind of a duochrome green brown shade, and that's exactly what it is. This reminds me a lot of, oh gosh, that one shade from Makeup Geek that's in the Mani palette. It's really, really pretty, nice and pigmented. It swatches well. You can definitely see the green and the brown. It doesn't need to be over a base from what it looks like, so that is a nice like duochrome. The next shade is called Duperstar, and it also looks to be a duochrome. Looks like it's purple with blue reflex in it, blue and green reflex. It's really, really pretty. I can't wait to see that on the eyes. I think that it's going to really accentuate green eyes, and that is what I have. So I'm excited to see what it looks like. Next we have the shade Atomic, and I have seen this all over Instagram, so I am pretty excited to be swatching this one. It does look to be nice and like a metallic shimmery pink shade. Whoa, that is really pretty. That is probably what I'm going to put on my eyeballs today. Then we have the shade Blow, which reminds me of a lot of inappropriate things. But I like the color in the pan. It's a really pretty bright white. I think that's going to be gorgeous as an inner corner highlight or a brow bone highlight. Like, that is insane. That is nice. I would try that as a highlight. That's nice. I like that. And the last shade that I got is the shade Berry Sexy, and this looks to be a purple duochrome with a brown undertone, I would say. And that has a really interesting reflect. Like, that's really pretty. So I definitely personally am a lot more impressed with their eyeshadows over their highlights, but like I said, I really do need to work with the highlights more, and I'm not saying that it looks bad. It is really pretty on the cheekbones. I think this one shade was just a little bit too glittery, but I still like it, and I'm definitely still going to use it because that one was $6. I don't want to waste $6, but it is very intense, and I am looking forward to trying these out more. Really quick, I'm just going to put a little bit on my eyeballs. I didn't get any matte shades because all of the colors that I would be interested in were sold out already, so I'm just going to take a little bit of my bronzer, and this is the e.l.f. blush and bronzer duo in the shade St. Lucia, which I'm kind of obsessed with, and I'm just going to put this in my crease to add some dimension, and then I'm going to take the shade Atomic and put it on my lids. Now I'm going to take the shade Atomic. I'm actually just going to apply this with my finger because I find that like a metallic lid shade goes on best with that, and it just blends out really nicely, and like the oils from your finger can kind of help intensify the shadow a little bit, and it looks really pretty on the lid. It's very buttery and very pigmented. It blends out really easily, like with no effort whatsoever. And I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the shade Blow, and I'm going to use it to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner. I'm just going to take the bronzer again and just go under my waterline here. Curl my lashes and apply mascara, and I'll be done. And for mascara, I'm just going to use the Tarte Gifted Mascara. And this is the finished look. I do like everything that I got. I just need to work with the highlighters a little bit more. I'm really, really excited about the eyeshadows. I think that they are gorgeous. And they were all half off, and they were $2.50, so the full price is $5 a shadow. But if you follow them on Instagram or like other people on Instagram, there are coupon codes to save like 20%. So if you are interested in buying some Looxi Beauty, I will try to find some of those coupon codes and put them below in the description section. Anyway guys, I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more videos each week. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram at BeautyObsessedRN, and comment me down below. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!
Give it to me, I'm worth it. Baby, I'm worth it.